What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews, and I'm looking to start a new series of videos here for YouTube where I review sports betting influencers and cappers just to see what they're doing. Some of these people out there, they're legit sports bettors who are very profitable, and I'm looking to discover the next best thing on YouTube. Now, I'm going to be reviewing some of these pages. I'm going to give them some helpful feedback based on my experience and everything that I've done to improve their content and their chance of being successful. Now, why am I doing that? Well, finally, after doing YouTube for years and years, finding some success on YouTube has honestly changed my life. I got monetized about 8 to 9 months ago. Now I can make a little bit of cash from one of my hobbies. Because of the growth, it's opened up some partnerships and opportunities to make a little bit of more cash. And I've also met a lot of amazing people on the way. So, hoping that reviewing and giving some people feedback, giving them some exposure to improve their channel and content can help them in the very same way. And I'm going to need your help to do it. So, I do ask that you not only like the video, but I'll leave links to the videos that I'm reviewing in the description below. And I ask that you drop some comments giving your feedback based on what you see on how this person can improve what they're doing. Now, if that sounds interesting, let's go. So we're looking at Beast Sports Picks. They do sports betting strategies, different sports betting content. We'll review the whole page from thumbnails to titles, the actual video itself, and see what other support that I can provide. And like I said, I ask that you do the same. Drop some comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this page, but also what you think about this whole video in general. Now let's get into it. So having a look at their landing page on YouTube. 251 subscribers, 126 videos. So this man be working. So I do appreciate that. I understand the grind of YouTube. Taking a look at this, a lot of different content here, which is good. One thing that we can see if we just look at the videos, I actually love these new thumbnails that he's got going right now. These new thumbnails are good. They definitely catch your attention, but we can see that he's been I guess experimenting with different types of thumbnails depending on who his inspiration is at the time. So one bit of feedback on the thumbnails is I think stick to a theme that works. Now, as a YouTube creator, you get analytics into your conversion rate on click-through rate, sorry. So if these that look good to me are converting quite well, I'd keep using them. But having a quick look at them, I would probably increase the size of the font. That's one thing, because when these do show up on the side or on the homepage, you really want them to stand out. And your free picks is going to be the call out. Make the font a little bit bigger. I prefer to see the font more than the player. That's what you want the hero to be. So everyone who sees it knows that this is a free pick video. So that's one thing. If we look at the homepage alone, one thing I'd strongly encourage is just to remove all these playlists, because a lot of people aren't going to your homepage to look for a playlist. Just let them see your most recent videos and leave it at that. So that's my look on that. But let's have a look at the video and see how it goes. So I guess we'll look at the most recent one. It is on NBA. I do happen to do a bit of NBA stuff as well. So let's check this out.
Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to talk to you about how our day went yesterday, Thursday night football. Check this out. We actually gave this play away on our live yesterday, which was Jamar Chase to hit 1 touchdown. He hit 3. On the live also, we talked about the Bulls to go over 222. They actually went like 250, so that hit for us as well. Derrick Henry, he's been hitting every game. He's gotten at least 1 touchdown. Some games he's actually gotten 2 touchdowns. That hit for us, but because it was so expensive, we actually had to parlay it together with the Chargers, which we're going to be hedging at the end of the week. On our VIP, we actually hit with the Panthers, with the Ravens over 27.5. So overall, just from the stuff that we posted, not everything that I was playing, but just what we posted, we did over 2 units, almost 3 units. So if you were $100 better, you would be at $300. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video if you like this sort of information. I'm going to give you our play of the day today, which is actually based on a lot of stuff that we've been doing for football and for baseball. We are transferring that over to basketball, and it's been decent for us so far. So let me tell you what the play for today is. Make sure you like and subscribe. So
All right, so that's the introduction so far. So that first whole minute was a recap on, I'm assuming, another live video or a previous video that he had done. And I thought it was okay. I think showing the winners that you have had is nice. It gives you some credibility to let everybody know that you're not an absolute loser. So you know what you're doing. So I do think that's pretty nice. I think my feedback here would be to maybe frame the video up a little bit more, just instead of just jumping straight into a recap. So frame the video up to say, in today's video, I'm going to take you through the best bets, my predictions on the Lakers. I've got a bet on the total or the spread or a player. Kind of frame that up at the start of the video so everybody who's watching knows what you're about to do, and then let everybody know. Before we get into that, let's do a quick recap on what we went through last time, and it's bang, 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 bang. I think that'll work nicely before you just position straight in, because this is a 3-minute video. It's relatively short for something on YouTube, but really interested for you guys to know. I'd really love to hear your feedback from the people who are watching this. Is like, do you prefer 3-minute videos? Do you prefer something longer? So what's some type of advice that we can give this guy to help him out? But I personally think YouTube is designed for long form content. So don't be afraid to stretch that out a little bit, show off a bit of personality, some flair, whatever it is. Whereas this type of video and how short and sharp it could be, it's probably better for an Instagram or a TikTok or something like that. But, on that introduction, I think we can frame it up, but I think showing off the winners is really nice. It's shows some credibility in what you're doing. Let's jump into the next part.
What we were doing earlier today was we were looking at the head-to-head data, and everything was pointing towards the over, which is the Magic and the Pelicans. However, once we started looking deeper into this, everything was actually going on the opposite. It was a contradiction. Everything was pointing towards the under. So there was a big contradiction from the over, where the public was at, and the sharps, where the money was going down. So the money was actually going up, and the line was going down. So that's called a reverse line move. Now I did some deeper research into this, and let me tell you what I found. Orlando's slower pace can be difficult to get high scoring games unless the Pelicans pick it up. The contradiction that comes for the over is less favorable because, again, it's a slower pace game. Even with the Pelicans, the last 18 out of the 25 last games, they've gone on the under. So we're looking at this under. However, since the NBA is so fresh, they just started, a couple of weeks ago, or even last week, I think, then we have to do a parlay because, again, it's so fresh. We can't trust.
All right. So this guy right here is one of those guys that's a great sports bettor. Probably very profitable in what he does. I can see it. I can feel it. I can hear it in his approach. But giving feedback on the video alone, and I'd love to get everyone's thoughts on this, but I feel like the camera is a little bit too close. Like for a second there, I thought I was watching 60 minutes. So one thing you want to do on YouTube, and I know this from my testing, different cameras, angles, and stuff like that. You want people to be able to see your hands. It's actually pretty makes you appear a bit more approachable. They can see more of your gestures and your body language. You seem a little bit more human. Whereas with my friend's video over here, very close, zoomed up into his face, we can't see what he's doing with his hands, and doesn't necessarily come across as very inviting. So I would zoom that video out a little bit. And at this point here, when he was showing some of the stats on the totals, the numbers that he's showing is fantastic, but at this point here, like, it's covering half of his face. And again, that gives a disconnect to the person who's watching. So, but if you were zoomed out a little bit, you could easily pop this little bit of data here and not necessarily impact the quality of your video. So I think that could make a big difference, because even at one point, the camera zooms in a little bit more. So I think that's definitely one thing that I would look to change, is just switch that up. But let's keep watching and see what else we can find.
Just started, a couple of weeks ago, or even last week, I think. Then we have to do a parlay because, again, it's so fresh. We can't trust these teams just yet. So I have to actually buy it back. And you'll see the play right after this. The Lakers are facing the 76ers.
So there it is again, right? We're cutting off his mouth, and for YouTube content, the mouth, the eyes, and the hands are the most important parts that you want to show to the viewers. But we've got that cut out. But he's actually got some really good information for his bets. I'm telling you that right now.
And with Embiid out, it's going to be a strong lean towards the Lakers because the 76ers use Embiid a lot. It's like their main source for defense and for rims, for rebounds and stuff like that. He's their anchor on both ends of the court. The 76ers are very vulnerable without Embiid. Philly lacks scoring.
So that particular point there was something that caught my attention, and I noticed it a few times a bit earlier, but it was very noticeable at that point. We can tell that he's referring to his notes. So he's looking at the camera, then he's referring to his notes, and you can just see it, and then he's got cuts in between. One thing that I've found that works is don't even cut shit out. sometimes I use AI in my videos because the video goes for so long just to automatically cut out dead spots. But for the most part, if you have errors or whatever within it, like just leave it in the video because it makes you seem a lot more normal and approachable. Don't feel like you need to refer to your notes all the time. Refer to your notes before, cover off half your video, and then just stop recording altogether. Take a second, read all of your notes, and then finish the second part of the video, especially if it's only 3 minutes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes on camera. I think that's another thing because the looking away part is a little bit disengaging for me.
Consistency and rim protection without Embiid. The play of the day is the Lakers money line, and then we're going to parlay that together with the under Magic and Pelicans. The Magic and the Pelicans under 224.5. Again, if you like this sort of information, make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate it very much. We post stuff like this all the time.
All right. So,
hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to talk.
What's interesting, like that bet that he just shared, that play today, that was a winning bet. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people out there who are great at what they do, great sports bettors, and they're sharing this on YouTube. They're just not getting seen. So hopefully with my feedback, we can help this guy get seen, grow his channel a little bit because he showed winning picks at the start of the video. He gave us analysis, the reasons why he likes the bets he's sharing today. And the bet that he shared on this video, money. The Lakers won by like 20 points, and he bet the under on the Pelicans and Magic game. The total score was like 210. He had under 234. So there's some great bettors, and his bets were fantastic. But yeah, I think that's my feedback on the video. It's like we want to zoom the camera out a little bit. Don't be afraid of making errors. So you don't want to be seen referring to your notes throughout the video the whole time. What else is there? You want to show your hands, show your eyes, show your mouth. You don't want to cover any of that on a YouTube video. And I think that goes a long way. In terms of the presentation, and I managed to get this feedback over time, it's like you don't want to be over enthusiastic, but you don't want to undersell it either. Like there's only a few people who I guess who can do well by just talking to the camera as if that were another person. But what you'll find is having a camera there, it kind of dulls you a little bit. Sometimes it's nerves. So you want to be as natural as possible, but you want to be enthusiastic at certain points. I think that's the basic part. Whereas this felt like it was very steady from start to finish. It was very steady, but we want to hear excitement. We want to hear, there was no frustration in this, but you want to hear frustration, confusion, confidence. You want to hear the different tonal patterns in your delivery. So another thing is cadence and pace. There are times when you want to talk a little bit quicker, and there are times you want to slow down to emphasize some points. So they're just basic presentation skills that anybody can pick up, and it does take time and it does take practice. But given this guy, he's got 126 videos, I'm sure he's improving each and every single day. But what else can we give feedback on from this? I'm going to like it because I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good pick. His title, he's got the title here as NBA picks today. Free NBA best bets predictions: Lakers versus Magic, 76ers, Magic versus Pelicans. I don't think there's anything wrong with the title, to be honest with you. I thought the thumbnail was pretty good too. The thumbnail was nice. Font could be a little bit bigger. But yeah, outside of that, I think that looks pretty good. So if your thumbnail's nice and your title's good, like this, if you just see that, I think that's good enough to get a click already. But now what YouTube's going to do is based on how long people watch your video for, it's going to determine whether this is worth pushing out to more people or not. And based on some of the tips, if he implements those and he gets more people to stick around for the first minute, then YouTube will be able to push his videos out a lot more. If we look at the videos too, pretty consistent in his approach. He's putting up a video most days of the week. We're getting 4 to 5 videos in a week. Actually, probably not as consistent if you go back a little bit deeper. So I know it's a bit of a grind, but for smaller channels, you kind of have to post every single day to get that algorithm nice and happy with you. But, you know, I think this guy, for the most part, he should be getting a lot more views than he's currently doing, right? So that's one thing I want to call out. So if you do have any thoughts that I may not have mentioned, or if you have your own feedback on what we just witnessed on his video, let me know in the comment section. Another thing you could do is check out BeastSportsPicks on YouTube. I'll leave the link to his channel in the video description of this video. head over there, jump into his latest video and say Daft sent you. And you're probably like, who the hell's Daft? But let him know, give him some feedback, because this guy is working, he's grinding, he's doing the hustle. I get that. And he's putting out profitable plays by the looks of things. And if he's making money and he can help you make money, I'm sure it's worth checking out. And if you like his content and he is winning you some money too, I'm sure you should subscribe, give him a follow, and support these cappers out here, because we're doing it tough. Well, I'm not necessarily a capper. I'm more of a content creator, because I don't have as much confidence in my betting skills as some cappers out there, but we're all doing it tough out here. So in terms of this video, I do hope you liked it. Different sort of vibe, different energy, very different to what I'm used to doing, if I'm being honest with you. But I thoroughly enjoyed this, because one thing I do in my spare time is I review a whole lot of pages. So I know there's a whole lot of competition out there, but I also see the gaps in a lot of the content that's being made. And hopefully I can do the right thing and close that gap, improve the quality of some people's videos out there, make a difference in their lives. And if everybody who's doing this gets better at content creating, I'm going to be forced to get better at it too. So it's a win-win for everybody. So hopefully you did like it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Check out BeastSportsPicks on YouTube. That link's in the video description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.